Hey Luxury Home Show, my name is Susanna. Welcome to my home. Exterior is cladded with black wooden timber, and when you walk inside it's quite different from the outside because inside is bright and light, where you have used lots of light wood and exposed beams. So this is the hallway, and my favorite bit about it is the height. It's triple height. Before we renovated the house, this is actually the original space and the original hallway, and it was so low that I could easily touch the ceiling in here, and that little window you can see here was actually an external window. From here you can either go to the bedroom side of the house, where we also have the guest bathroom, or this way where is the kitchen and the living spaces. Here is the kitchen. We moved the old kitchen from other side of the house to this room, which used to be the absolutely worst room in the house. It didn't have any windows and the ceiling was very low. So during the renovation, we knocked through the empty lofts and added these two big windows. Probably my favorite features in the kitchen. They bring up so much light and I love the views over bath from them. Kitchen cabinets are from Pretty Standard. The worktop is Decton by Cosentino. The tap is from Cooker. The tiles are from Mosaic Factory. And the appliances are Fisher & Paykel. We painted the cupboards with pink crown from Farrow & Ball, which is this really lovely, soft and quite warm pink. Choosing the pink was quite a bold choice for me, and I was unsure about it for the first few days, but after about a week I fell in love with it, and I'm really pleased that we went with it. We decided to leave the original beams exposed, and I'm really pleased we did do that because I feel like it brings so much warmth and coziness to the space. Having just white ceiling would have looked quite cold and clinical, so I'm really pleased we left them exposed. The renovation process took 2 years all in all. The first year was spent getting the designs finished and fine-tuned and getting the planning permissions and finding builders and starting the sourcing process as well. And then we moved out for about 9 months, which was when the actual renovation was done, but we moved back in when it wasn't quite completely done yet. It's just had enough of living in our little temporary flat at that point. When we were renovating, we didn't do any extending the footprint. We just kept it as it was, and we inherited this slightly quirky shape in the kitchen. And I had already decided that I wanted to have this big display cabinet with glass doors where I can keep all my treasures and my vintage crockery. And on the left-hand side, we created this small little pantry that just has the shelving and few hooks where we just keep the dry foods. And these doors, they weigh 96 kilos each. The biggest hurdle was that we started the renovation project a few months before the pandemic hit. And obviously then that caused quite a few delays. You couldn't buy anything or lots of the things that we needed for renovation, but overall it was okay. It wasn't as bad as expected, but that was definitely the biggest hurdle. So this little corner used to be the conservatory before renovation. It had a plastic roof and these old sliding doors in here, which we replaced with these big sliding doors, which are so lovely for light. We also have one window in there and the roof light, which both bring so much light for us, which is lovely. We use the space mainly during daytime. If we have any guests over, we often have a coffee in here, and my children also like to hang in here when we are cooking, because it's really nice and close to the kitchen. Sofa is from sofa.com. It's currently covered with this blanket because it's winter and we have a Cocker Spaniel who loves getting muddy and running around, so just to protect it a little bit. And the light is from Nyky. So here is our dining space. The dining table is an IKEA hack. We used an old IKEA table we had in our old house, and I got this new top for it. It's I think silestone, like got this marble effect. And these chairs always get lots of questions on Instagram. They are from Cox & Cox, but I don't think they sell them anymore, unfortunately. So this piece here is not actually a lamp, although I guess it could be. It looks like it's one. It's just a decorative lantern, but I really like the look of it, so that's why I have it hanging in here. So then the next, we are now moving to the more the living room side of the house. We have this seating area in here, which we also use mostly on the daytimes. We have a bit of a jigsaw project ongoing in here. It has taken us much longer than expected to finish it. I'm a Nordic, and I think my interior style is very much reflected from my childhood and growing up in a country where winters are very dark. So we are all about maximizing the daylight. So that's why we have lots of big windows and lots of light materials, because I just feel most at home when it's very light and bright. Finally, this is our little TV room, which we mainly use in the evenings. I like having the corner sofa in here because it feels like it closes it off. And we also have these half shutters in here, which makes the space look quite cozy in the evenings. We recently had this media wall fitted in here, and it's been such a good addition because it used to be such a useless little recess before, whereas now we have lots of storage, and I can also display here some of my favorite. I guess it's called curated clutter really, but I like having stuff on display. So I started my Instagram about 8 years ago after I had left my corporate job as a pharmaceutical scientist, and I post all sorts of things, mainly home decor, style and beauty type of content these days. Compared to my previous career, I really enjoy running my own business and I love the freedom and being able to be in charge of my own time. So now we're going to go upstairs. I chose these metal balustrades because I really wanted to have them quite slim profile, and I really like the style of them. And from up here in the landing, you can also see the front door and the entrance hall where we were earlier. And this is now actually the new part of the house. So when we were doing the renovation, we built this floor up. So this didn't exist here before. The first room here is my studio, this way. My favorite features are probably the tall ceilings and this internal glazing, which we had made at the same time as we had the pantry doors. I also love this tall window and the cream views because we are so high up, we can see over the trees miles away that way. So after pandemic, when lots more people were working from home, my husband suggested that he could share this office with me, which we declined. And now he has a little desk in our guest room, which he uses when he works from home. Next up is our principal bedroom. I think my favorite thing about it is it's really lovely and spacious. I've never had a big bedroom like this, so it feels really very luxurious to me. And I also love the height in this room. This was on the floor that we built during the renovation, so we were able to have as high ceilings as we wanted. The sloping ceiling follows the original house's ceiling. It used to be in the same shape, but just other way around, so we wanted to keep the same look on that. The flooring is the same as we have in everywhere else in the house because I like that it keeps the flow. So this door here goes through to our dressing room, and on the other end is our bathroom. And this paneling was added as well, obviously in here. I feel like that was such a good choice to have in here, otherwise this wall would be quite big blank canvas, whereas this one adds some texture and interest to the room. We also have this little balcony on our bedroom, which is really quite a nice addition. It's not massive, so it's not especially usable, but we love having the doors open during the summer and it feels like you're sleeping outside, which I think is lovely. In this corner of the balcony, we have an old beech tree. I think it's about 400 years old, and it's absolutely gigantic. And during the summer months, when it has all its leaves, it feels like we are sleeping in a tree house. Let's head inside of the bathroom now. So in this room we have obviously the sinks and the bath and a walk-in shower. And I think my favorite feature in here is the bath in front of the window. We have such a nice view from the window. We can see the Royal Crescent in Bath from here. And here is our dressing room. I say ours. My husband is more of a minimalist, so he has literally one section and I have all the rest. It's a I feel really lucky to have such a nice space for my dressing room. I've never really had a dressing room before, so I really do love this little room. On my Instagram, I share often about my style and what I've been wearing, and on the description box there's links to the Klarna shop where you can shop some of my outfits too. My advice for anybody who's thinking of doing a big renovation project is that start the planning and sourcing as soon as you can, because the decision fatigue is a real thing, and you just get so fed up of making decisions when you are doing the renovations. So the more decisions you can make up front, like have the bathrooms and the kitchens and all those decisions made up front, so then that's going to make it so much more relaxing when you are having to make still lots of decisions when you renovate. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. See you later.
Hi Luxury Home Show, I'm Sophie Patterson, I'm an interior designer and welcome to my home.